Hi everyone, so here's the solutions for the area of irregular shapes. So challenge 1, first of all, we did A together as an example in the teaching video. It was 9 centimetres squared. For B, you could just look at that and see there's two squares of 4. And if you count them all carefully, you'll know that there's 8 centimetres squared. For C, again, I could probably split this up into different parts. So I can see there's a 2 by 5, which would be 10. And a 3 by 2 rectangle, which would be 6, and then these extra 3 here. So 10, 6 and 3 is 19 centimetres squared. And again, for D, I'm going to split it up into 2 parts just to make it easier for myself or quicker. So it's a 2 by 6, so there's 12 centimetres squared on the bottom rectangle, and the top square is 2 by 2, which is 4. So that one was 16 centimetres squared. For challenge 2, question 1, we did A together. It was 52 centimetres squared. For B, you could split it vertically, you could split it horizontally, or you could drag the corner out. For this one, I think I'm going to split the shape horizontally, and I'm going to work it out that way. Whichever of the 3 methods you used, you'll have got the same answer if you've done it correctly. So it doesn't matter which method you used. And let's work it out. So we have 9 on this vertical side of the shape. We have 4 here. So this one will be the difference, which is 5 centimetres. So that's 5 centimetres. The width of this part is 12. So 12 times 5 will give me the area of the top rectangle here, and 12 fives are 60. So this part is 60 centimetres squared. Now to look at the bottom part, it's 4 centimetres long. How wide is it? Well, this is 12 centimetres altogether, the full width of the shape. This part is 7, so this will be the difference, because 7 plus this will make 12. 7 and 5 make 12, so this horizontal side must be 5, which means that this rectangle at the bottom is going to be 4 times 5 for length times width, which is 20, so 20 centimetres squared. And when I add the 2 parts together, then that will be 80 centimetres squared. Again, it doesn't matter which method you used. You could also have split the shape vertically here, or you could have dragged the corner out. In any case, you will have got 80 centimetres squared for that if you've done it accurately. Shape C was a little trickier because you had to split this in 2 places. So you could have split it horizontally here and here, or you could have split it vertically here and here. Now you'll notice that this shape is symmetrical, so you'll know that for whatever area you find in this part, it'll be the exact same in this part, because the shape is symmetrical. It's 16 centimetres wide, 8 centimetres in the middle, 4 on either side, so you know that it's symmetrical. I'm going to keep it this way. I think I'm going to work it out with a vertical split. So if I work out the area here, I know that's the same area there. So for this one, this is quite handy actually, because I've got 4 centimetres wide. I already know that. It's 10 centimetres long. 4 times 10, length times width, and the area is 40 centimetres squared. Again, because I've seen that the shape is symmetrical, I know that this side is also 40 centimetres squared. So now I have to work out my middle rectangle here. I know it's 8 centimetres wide, it tells me that here, but how high is it? Well, the whole height of the shape is 10 centimetres. This little part is 4 centimetres, so this part will be the difference, because this line plus this line you can very clearly see are the same length as the longest vertical side of my shape, and I know that 4 plus 6 makes 10, so this is 6 centimetres. So this part of my shape is 6 times 8, which is 48 centimetres squared. I've got to add up the 3 parts of the shape to find the total area of the whole thing, and when I do that I get 128 centimetres squared. Again, it doesn't matter which method you used there. If you've done it correctly, you'll have got 128 centimetres squared. Question 2, we did A together as an example, so let's move on to B. First decision, again, is to see where I'm going to split it. I think I will split this one horizontally. Doesn't really matter, so I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to work out the area of the top part first of all, so the bigger rectangle, which I can see is 30 centimetres wide. And for the length, I have this missing side defined. Now I have the whole length of the opposite vertical side, which is 20 centimetres. This little one is 5, so the 5 plus this one will make 20, and that means that this is 15. So my top rectangle is 30 times 15. I'm just going to use my mental strategies to work that out. So 15 times 3 gives me 45. And if I multiply 45 by 10, then that gives me 450. So my top rectangle is 450 centimetres squared. The bottom one then is 5, and my missing side is the horizontal side, this one here. But I do know that when I add that one to this one, it will be 30. So if this is 10, this must be 20, because 10 and 20 will make 30 altogether. So this bottom rectangle is 5 times 20, and 5 times 2 is 10, so I know 5 times 20 is 100, so that's 100 centimetres squared. So 450 plus 100, and my final area is 550 centimetres squared. For shape C, I've decided to split my shape horizontally, and I'm going to start with the small rectangle at the top, which I know is 10 centimetres long. How wide is it though? The whole width of the shape is 25 centimetres. This little part is 10. 10 plus 15 makes 25. So this is 15 centimetres. 15 times 10 then is 150. So this part is 150 centimetres squared, and now I'm going to work out the area of the bottom of the shape. It is 30 centimetres the whole way up the shape, but I just need to work out the side of this part of the shape. So if this is 10 and this is 30, 30 altogether and 10, this will be the remainder. 10 plus what makes 30, which would be 20. So 20 centimetres. So for this it's going to be 20 times 25. Again, using my mental strategy, so I know that 25 times 2 is 50. Then I'm going to times that by 10, which gives me 500 centimetres squared. I split my 20 up there, and I've multiplied it by 2 and then by 10. So multiplying by 20 altogether, but it's an easier mental strategy just to do it that way. So 500 and 150, and the area of this shape altogether is 650 centimetres squared. Shape D I'm going to split into 3 parts. You can see there's 3 clear sections to that, but again the 2 at the side are symmetrical if you look at the measurements of the shape. So I'm going to work out the area of one of the side parts then. So I can see 20 centimetres long. Now how wide is it? Well, it's 5 centimetres for this little middle section here, it tells me down at the bottom, and it's 15 centimetres across the whole way. You can see the shape is split into 3 equal parts, so I know that these other 2 parts must also be 5 centimetres. So I'm just going to mark that on both of them there. 5, 5 and 5, 3 equal parts, which all together make 15. So that's key information there, that that's 5. So this rectangle is 5 wide, it's 20 long, so area is length times width, so 20 times 5 is 100. So this part here is 100, and again, because I've spotted that it's a symmetrical shape, I know that the other side will also be 100. Just the middle part to work out then. Now, as we said, we know that this is 5. It tells us that down at the bottom here. What I do need to do now is work out the length. It's 5 wide, but how long is it? The whole shape is 20 centimetres long. This inside part here is 8. So 8 plus this will equal 20. And I just know from my mental maths that 8 plus 12 equals 20. So this, the length of this part here is 12 centimetres, which means that this shape is 5 by 12. It's 5 centimetres wide and 12 centimetres long. 5 12s are 60, so the area of this part is 60 centimetres squared. So I have 100, 100 and 60, and the area of that altogether is 260 centimetres squared. Question E then, and I think I'm going to solve this one by using the method where we drag the corner out. So I'm going to turn this into a regular quadrilateral. So I'm just going to square that corner off there, and I'm going to work out the area of the whole thing. Now the length of the whole shape is 16 and the width is 12. So 16 times 12 will give me the area of the whole shape. And when I did that, I found that the answer was 192 centimetres squared. So that's for the whole quadrilateral, 192 centimetres squared. What I have to do to finish that off, if you remember, is take away the area of this little section that we've added on. Now handily it does give me the measurements for these, so it's 4 centimetres long and 9 centimetres wide. So 4 nines, which gives it an area of 36 centimetres squared. So I'm going to take that away from the total. And when I did that, it gave me 156. So my final answer is 156 centimetres squared. Once again, it doesn't matter which method you used. You may have decided to split that shape horizontally and do it, or split it vertically and do it. You might have done it the way I did it, but in any case, your answer should be 156 centimetres squared. Challenge 3A then, as we said, this is the net of a cube. And as we know, it's made up of 6 square faces. Any cube is made up of 6 square faces. Now it's given us a measurement of 12 here, and we know then that the width of the square will also be 12 because it's a square and all sides are equal. 12 12s are 144. So each square face is 144 centimetres squared. Okay, now as we said with the cube there are 6 square faces, so we need to multiply that by 6. To find out the area of the whole shape. When I did that, 144 multiplied by 6, I found that the answer was 864 centimetres squared. With the cuboid, there were a couple of different shapes to think about. Now we can see that each rectangle here is 7 centimetres long and 16 centimetres wide. There are 4 of them, so I'm going to have to do 7 times 16 to work out the area of one rectangular face. When I did that, 16 multiplied by 7, the answer was 112. So each of these faces, the rectangular faces of our cuboid, are 112. And then we have the 2 other shapes, which are 2 squares. Now, remembering that they're squares, we can work out the measurements for these. We know that they're 7 centimetres high. We know that all the faces of a square are the same length. So we know that they're 7 centimetres wide as well. So each cube is 7 centimetres wide, and it's also 7 centimetres high. 7 sevens, 7 squared is 49. So I know that both of these squares are 49 centimetres squared. And then what I have to do is add them up to get the final answer. Now you could add them up in a big long list like this, but it's very easy to make a mistake that way because there's a lot of numbers involved, and it's also not very efficient. That means it might get you the right answer, but it's going to take you a long time. So we've got to think of a better strategy to use than that. 112 times 4, because there's 4 of them, is 448 centimetres squared for the rectangles. And I've got to work out the area for the squares. Now they're 49 each, so I get around that to 50. I know that 2 50s are 100, but then I'm taking away the 2 that I added on, 1 for each square, because they're only 49, and that gives me 98. Then I'm just going to add those together, 448 and 98. I decided to add on 100 to round 98 up to 100 and do 448 plus 100, which gives me 548. And then I'm going to take away the 2 that I used to round the 98 up, and that gives me 546. So the area of this whole shape then was 546 centimetres squared.